Hey everyone, Michael Goldberg here, and today we're talking about 5 key stakeholders you need to be speaking with who can tell you about your current state of recruiting, meaning what you're doing well and where you can improve. The common sense would say, kind of simple, right? But just as we fear performance reviews or the day-to-day feedback we receive on our everyday jobs, we're a little hesitant to ask, right? Because we're afraid of what we're going to hear. Well, I am therefore challenging you and encouraging you to take on these 5 key stakeholders to see how you can make improvements and or changes to your recruiting organization. The first is pretty obvious. Talk to your hiring managers. They're your biggest stakeholder, right? Sit down with them, both champions and critics, and ask the right questions in ways that engages a conversation, not the yes-no types of questions. Stay away from surveys. Do either a face-to-face visit or a video conference call if they're working remote or you are. The next big stakeholder are your candidates. Talk with those who were hired and those who were not hired, right? This is on top of the candidate satisfaction surveys you're going to be doing on a monthly, quarterly, however you do it in your organization. Ask them about the process. Did the job posting match with what you discussed one-on-one with the hiring manager? And what was the communication like between you and the recruiters? Third stakeholder are your actual recruiters. So I'm talking to the recruiting leaders here. Recruiters are in the trenches. They're getting shelled from every direction. The recruiting leader, yourself, the hiring manager, candidates, executives, and other internal departments finding out what's going on, right? So what I would say is do a half-day offsite where you're not going to be interrupted and you're going to cover what's going well and what needs to be improved. And in those meetings, you want to come out with an actionable plan where you have key people being held accountable for taking on certain projects to making sure you're going to turn the things around that need to be. For example, when I was with Freeman and American Heart, I sat down with the recruiters when I first started and asked them a specific set of questions around the recruiting process and got 5 different answers on the process at Freeman, 3 different answers at American Heart Association. What did that tell me about where I needed to start? The process. The 4th group is your HR executives and business partners. Why? They're hearing feedback that you may or may not be getting back to you, right? So get them involved in your offsite or in an all HR meeting to get the type of feedback you need to hear about how recruiting is doing overall and specific feedback on the recruiters themselves. And last, your finance, marketing, and IT groups. Budget, analytics, and systems. All tied to talent acquisition in some way, right? Need I say more? You're already working closely with them. You're supposed to be, right? Or you're supposed to be. And they'll give you specific insight to trends, things going on in the organization that could affect recruiting, but they'll also be able to give you feedback on what's going on and how they may be able to help you in your recruiting efforts. So you can make those tweaks, you can enhance, you can revamp, do whatever you need to do based on all these 5 stakeholders providing that input. It's going to take a little bit of time, I'd say 30 to 45 days, but you can do this. DM me on LinkedIn if you want to talk further, more detail about other questions you want to ask. If I left other stakeholders off, comment below and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.